Hi. Okay, I'm not sure if this will help you, but some friends of mine have said this story has helped them in what they're going through right now with the coronavirus kind of lockdown. So, as you might be able to tell from my accent, I'm not from Texas, but we've lived in Texas for a long time. I'm actually from Manchester, England, and a few years ago, the organisation that I lead had a team in Canada that needed some help. So I went to Canada to help them. While I was on the plane, the air attendant, the flight attendant, took out of my passport my visa. I don't know why, but he just did. So coming back, I had a major problem. Now, in Canada, in Vancouver, you come into American immigration while you're still in Canada at the airport. And they wanted to know where this visa was, and I couldn't explain. So they expelled me from the country. They put me under armed escort, and I was transported from the American side and handed over to the authorities and to the police in the Canadian side. In fact, as I was being transported, I went to the restroom, and the armed guard wouldn't let me shut the door because he had to keep me in sight at all times. So once I'm in Canadian territory, they say, well, you can stay here 6 months. And then I contacted my lawyer and went back to England. And my lawyer, it wasn't great, to be honest, the lawyer I had at the time, said, yeah, you're not going to be able to see your family for at least a year. Then you can apply for a new visa. Maybe you'll get it. But you're definitely going to see your family for a year. And if they leave, you'll lose the house. We would have lost the organisation we'd built. And they would never be able to get a visa back, he said. That's what he told me, at least. So I was back in England, and something weird happened kind of psychologically to me. And I know this is going to sound strange, but I just think that maybe some of you might go through this. And I think knowing you might go through it helps. So what happened was, over the next few days and weeks, England became really clear and crystal, and like, this is my life now. And Texas, bizarrely, it began to kind of fade in my memory. It was almost like Texas was a dream. My life in Texas with my family was a dream. And it was almost like it never happened. I know it sounds strange, but it was almost like it never happened. And more importantly, felt like it would never happen again. That this was my new reality, and that was it. I had a friend who told me that immigration issues play with your mind, and they really do. And so maybe that's going to happen to you. Maybe you'll find that after what I would imagine this kind of surreal feeling disappears, which is what I initially had, it'll be replaced by a feeling of like our normal lives just becoming a distant memory and fading far quicker than you would think they would. And this kind of lockdown, this kind of coronavirus life is the new reality. But I don't think it is. After 4 months, I was able to get back. I got a new visa, was able to get back to Texas. But even then, going through immigration in Dallas, the guy on the desk wasn't sure. I had to go into what's called secondary inspection for a few hours while my family was downstairs, not knowing if I was going to get through the doors or not. And they waited for hours. All the people who'd come to see me and say hi had gone away. And it was just my wife, pretty much, and my 2 boys. But eventually I walked through the doors, and it was great. And then I was told, you know what, you're going to have to leave in a few weeks anyway. But a few months later, we had a green card, and now we're citizens. The mistake that the flight attendant had made got wiped out, and immigration figured out what happened to us. But it was a horrible time. And so now we're on shutdown, and it's difficult. We've been traveling just recently as well, and we're not seeing our new granddaughter, who's just over 1 year old. She's only 4 or 5 miles away, but because my son and my daughter-in-law and our granddaughter, they're pregnant again, which is great, but it means we can't go and visit them. And my other son is in Germany right now, which is worse than it is here. And he's there, so we can't see him. So this reality is not very nice for us, but I know it's temporary. And I would encourage you don't let this become your new reality. Just see it as a phase and know, even once this real feeling goes and once the kind of, and it may not happen to you, but the normal life begins to disappear in your mind and your memory, still plan for that. What helped me when I was away was I planned for when I got back. I made plans for what I knew was the real reality, if you like, and that helped me, it grounded me back into what I knew life will be like, and making plans for that helped me. So I would suggest you don't stop making plans. You keep making plans, and that's what helped me. So I don't know if this helps, but I thought I'd mention it. Some friends said it helped them because they started to go through that. So maybe it helped you. Anyway, bless you.